right, today we're looking at the tragic and really complex case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. This is a story that involves a missing teenager, a rising music star, and a discovery that frankly shocked the entire country. And for this explainer, we're going to be really careful. We're sticking strictly to the facts as reported by the authorities because it's so important to separate those from all the online speculation. Yeah, a grisly discovery in the Hollywood Hills. That's a direct quote from a podcast, and it really captures the moment this case just exploded into the public consciousness. You know, what started as a local missing person report, well, it spiraled into this chilling mystery, all playing out under the microscope of the internet. So that leads us to the central question, right? The one the authorities are trying to piece together right now. How did a missing teenager end up in the trunk of a musician's car? And to even begin to understand what's happening with the official investigation, we absolutely have to draw a clear line between the established facts and the flood of online speculation that's been there from day one. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning of the investigation itself. It all kicked off with an abandoned car in the Hollywood Hills.
So, on September 8th, 2025, workers at a Hollywood tow yard notice something is very wrong. They report a foul odor coming from a Tesla that had been impounded. The car had just been sitting on a street in the hills for a few days before it got towed. When the police arrived and opened the trunk, they made a horrific discovery: a bag containing what they described as the severely decomposed and partially dismembered remains of a young woman. And after the forensic work was done, the Los Angeles County medical examiner was able to identify the victim. She was just 15 years old. Her name was Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And the most shocking part? She had been missing for almost 18 months. So the discovery of Celeste's body, it immediately connected two worlds that couldn't seem more different. You have a missing teenager from the Inland Empire, and you have a very popular, up-and-coming musician. And this is really where those two worlds collide. On one hand, you have Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 15-year-old from Lake Elsinore, described by her family as a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend. She was actually first reported missing when she was only 13. Then, on the other hand, you have David Burke, the 20-year-old musician known as D4VAD. He's got that huge hit song, Romantic Homicide. And the Tesla, the car where Celeste's body was found, is registered in his name. Okay, this is super important. We have to separate what's official from what's just out there. The official reports confirm two things. The car is registered to D4VD, and the victim's mother told police her daughter was dating someone named David. But then you have all these other claims circling online, right? Reports of matching shish tattoos, a supposedly leaked song from 2023 called Celeste, and even a resurfaced TikTok comment warning D4VD about his alleged involvement with a 13-year-old. None of that has been verified by police. All right, let's try to make sense of this by looking at a timeline. It helps build a clearer picture, even though there are still so many gaps. So let's walk through this. Back in February 2024, Celeste, who was 13 at the time, is reported missing, but she's found. Then, just 2 months later, in April 2024, she's reported missing again, and this time she's not located. Fast forward to early September 2025. D4VD's Tesla is abandoned and then towed. September 8th, that's when her remains are discovered. And then on September 17th, the LAPD executes a search warrant on D4VD's home. The huge troubling thing here is that massive gap, almost a year and a half, where her whereabouts are unknown. That's what investigators are trying to piece together right now. And with a case this high profile, you can imagine the challenge, not just for the public, but for the investigation itself, trying to separate what is a known fact from all the theories swirling around online. There's a saying, the court of public opinion moves faster than the court of law, and that doesn't make it right. Authorities have been really clear on this point. D4VD is cooperating with their investigation. As of now, no charges have been filed and he has not been officially named a suspect. In the week of all this, he has canceled his US tour and postponed his album. So this really illustrates the two completely different tracks this case is on. On the one hand, you have the official investigation, the facts. The LAPD has an active homicide investigation. The cause of death is still undetermined, pending the full autopsy. The car is registered to David D4DD Burke, and he has canceled his tour. That's what we know. On the other hand, you have the online speculation. You've got theories about motive, even an alleged pregnancy, leaked Discord messages that supposedly go back years, deep dives into his song lyrics and this alter ego persona he has called It4B, and even claims that his Romantic Homicide music video was released on Celeste's birthday. Again, all of this is unverified.
But at the end of the day, when you strip away all the headlines and the online debates, what you're left with is a profound tragedy. A young life was lost, and the case remains unsolved. Just so we're all clear on the official language being used, let's look at these definitions from the LA County Medical Examiner. The police are investigating this as a homicide, which means they believe her death was caused by the volitional act of another person. But the medical examiner's official ruling on the manner of death is undetermined. That just means they don't have enough information yet to make a final call.
You know, Celeste's story, it's not some online puzzle for us to solve. It's about a life that was lost. Her family's grief deserves space, and the official investigation really deserves our patience to let them do their work. Because while the speculation might feel like it's providing answers, the real search for truth and for justice for Celeste is only just beginning.